My name is Lottie Holland. I'm the head of Supplier Diversity for Fiat Chrysler Automobiles. So the most important thing to me, I would say, regarding my role in supplier diversity is my voice. Being able to advocate on behalf of diverse suppliers and have a lasting impact on not just their business, but the communities in which they operate. Also being a true champion of diversity and inclusion, using this platform to speak about the importance of diversity and to educate others on why diversity truly matters and why ultimately it'll be needed for our profitability as well as our sustainability. So my advice for how to maintain a supplier diversity relationship, first and foremost, is perform. That's how you maintain a lasting and successful relationship with us. Come in understanding what the expectations are and stop at nothing to exceed them. That's how you establish a lasting relationship with us. Also, offer up any innovations that you may have. Offer up solutions for cost reductions to improve operational inefficiencies. You should really look to become a partner with us. You should look to become a value-added resource. If you have a certain expertise in a particular area, then you want to extend that and offer that up to my purchasing team, to my engineering team. That's how you really become a trusted partner with us and have a successful relationship with us. And then also be transparent. If there are issues that arise, let us know up front. Let's work together to resolve them. Don't try to hide them. And then also a positive attitude. A positive attitude goes a long way, especially when oftentimes we have to have a lot of difficult discussions, but a positive attitude will always result in a positive relationship and hopefully one that's successful and long-lasting. The top three mistakes that vendors do when trying to do business with me. So I first want to say that we have a lot of suppliers who get this right and they do a great job at advocating or trying to do business with us. Now, there are quite a few things that we see suppliers do, and I just have to stop and ask myself, why would you do that? So the first thing is reaching out to the vice president of purchasing to say, I have a diverse certification and I want to do business with you. And I've been trying to reach out to Lottie for months and she hasn't responded. So going above and beyond, of course you're trying to be, persistent, and you should do that. As a diverse supplier, you need to be aggressive. But stepping outside of the hierarchy of supplier diversity. So my team is in place for a reason. I am in place for a reason. I am your advocate. I work for you. But when you step outside of me and go to other avenues, then that makes it just a little bit challenging for us. So we have a lot of suppliers who say, hey, I'm LinkedIn friends with the VP. I'll just send him a note. And then he'll make Lottie do something. And so what happens is that email often comes to me, and then I have to work to try to either correct some of the things you may have shared with him or just trying to backtrack what happened. So I would say use the supplier diversity team. They're there for a reason. Start with them. Of course, it may be challenging to get their attention because there are tons of suppliers, but I would definitely say you want to start with your supplier diversity team. Another mistake is just being too pushy. So I share with people, there's a difference between being persistent and pushy. You should be professionally persistent, which means when you send an email, that's great. When you follow up with a phone call a couple of days later or a week, that's great. But when you send me an email every single day, when you send me a phone call or a LinkedIn message or even a Facebook message or follow me to the grocery store, that's crossing the line of persistence. So I would just say keep that in mind. You definitely want to make sure that you are being professionally persistent. I'm in DSW one afternoon and I'm walking, looking at shoes. I'm by myself and I see a couple together, and the gentleman asked me, he's like, oh, are you looking for a particular size? I said, well, do you work here? He said, no, I don't work here. He's like, but I can help you find a size. Okay, seems a little odd to me, but okay, I'm looking for a size 8. And so he finds the shoe for me. I try it on. He says to his wife, oh, doesn't this look nice? And so I'm thinking they're just a little friendly, but okay. I was like, well, thank you for the compliment. I think I'm going to get these. You look familiar. How do I know you? And I don't know, maybe I work in the area, but where do you work? Oh, I work for Fiat Chrysler Automobiles. Oh, that's interesting. I was just at Fiat for a meeting. I said, oh, okay. And I said, well, I work in supplier diversity. we're a women-owned business and we do so-and-so. And I said, well, hi. And I introduced myself. Hi, I'm Lottie. And then he says to his wife, this is Lottie. She's the head of Supplier Diversity. You remember we just sent her an email 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, this is just too coincidental. So I don't know if they followed me in there, but they definitely knew who I was when I walked in the door. So we have strange stories like that for all of us in Supplier Diversity. What I look for in a one-on-one matchmaker, it depends. So normally we do a lot of homework before we do the one-on-ones, right? So I talk to a lot of my commodity directors and buyers and try to understand where are opportunities, where do they exist within our supply chain. So I look specifically for those suppliers who may fall within that space. And then I'm looking for scalability. I'm looking for, let me see how competent they are in this space. Who are they doing business with? Do I ask if they're doing business with Ford and General Motors and Toyota? Absolutely, because if they're doing business with them and they're not doing business with me, I need to know why. So I look at that. I also look at their track record. I also ask for them to share success stories with me. So if you were able to save a lot of money for one customer, potentially could you save money for me? Or what is your technology roadmap? I mean, so there are a lot of different things that we're able to delve into at a one-on-one matchmaker that we may not be able to in any other setting. And then when you're meeting with us for a one-on-one, leave some time for questions and answers. So that is one of my pet peeves when we do the one-on-one matchmakers. Then people are really just trying to give me so much information, but they're really not trying to hear from me at all or trying to really address my needs. So I would say that's definitely something that that I look for. I look for that two-way dialogue in a matchmaker because that means that you want to know about my needs as well.